Hey everybody, welcome back. It's AJ. So today let's have some fun. I want to look at one of those conspiracy theories that is just so wacky out there that you just can't not have fun looking at it. It's the lizard Illuminati. I was having a nice chat with some coworker friends of mine today. They had heard of the Illuminati, but not the lizard Illuminati, and I thought it'd be really fun to do a little video on that. So before I get into it, I want to thank today's sponsor, Monkey Breath Rum. Another fine product from those folks over there at Monkey Built Industries. They make good stuff. So pour yourself a nice cup of joe, sit back, relax, and let's take a look at this. It's good coffee. Who are the Illuminati? Are they a rock band from the 1970s? No. They're a secret society from the 1770s. Basically, back in 1776, we had a gentleman by the name of Adam Weishaupt who formed a group because, well, he couldn't afford to join the Freemasons. So he decided to make his own group. Basically, what they wanted to practice was knowledge, rational thought, self-knowledge, self-improvement, free thought. They weren't real pleased with the Catholic Church at the time, that wanted to be more faith-based and getting all their answers to life. So they started their own club. It went okay for a little bit, but the religious leaders of the time, the clergy, the church, and some political leaders, they noticed. And they weren't really happy about it because it was usurping the authority of the time. So basically around the 1780s, they shut them down. They made them illegal and stopped them from meeting and practicing. It is said that to this day, they are still getting together in secret enclaves, groups, in high offices and such, influencing society to this day. But, you know, I mean, you can take looks at symbols at things like this that are a Freemason type all-seeing eye, but it's also shared with the Illuminati symbolism. As a matter of fact, it's gone international. And you might even see celebrities who are supposedly flashing Illuminati signs in their music videos, public speaking, politicians who apparently are part of this group and use some of the verbiage of the Illuminati, such as New World Order. But, you know, it's funny that these stories pervade to this day. I think that's just a lot of people who really love to kind of think what's going on behind the curtain, when actually it's not half as much as you really would like to think so. But since we talked about the first half of the Illuminati reptilian connection, let's talk about the reptilian elite. So basically, there are a few theories here about the reptilian elite as crossed with the Illuminati, as we'll see. What we have here is that there are a couple of the most prevalent of theories. They came from Earth. They were ancient reptilian type species that crossbred with humans and continue to this day, that they somehow use human blood to sustain themselves. They can shapeshift to look like human beings. Then there's the theory that they came from the stars, specifically from Orion or the Draco nebulas. They came to this planet to mine gold for their spaceships as a fuel and for other things. That at one point they left and then came back, and what they did was they engineered and then crossbred. It's a long story. We're not doing a deep dive today, but basically they kind of crossbred to have servants as well as elites that would lead them. You've probably heard the term Anunnaki. Those are visitors from the stars or higher angels that some old scriptures and texts will talk about. But they are believed to have come here and bred with humanity, and to this day are still here, can shapeshift again by human sacrifice and drinking of blood, that kind of thing, and continue to apparently influence our world today. But, you know, how does a story like that get started? Well, back in 1929, Robert E. Howard, you may have heard of him, he created Conan the Barbarian. He got published in a pulp magazine called Weird Tales. And there was a story called The Shadow Kingdom. And in that story, he actually wrote about a secret society, a race of lizard people that lived underground and would influence our society. They would use their mind control to influence politics, and they were trying to work in the shadows to rule all of humanity. Then you flash forward to a gentleman by the name of David Icke. David Icke is a former English footballer. He was a former Green Party member. He went to a bookstore one day and apparently was drawn to the back of the bookstore to a certain book written by a psychic. He read the book, and seeing as he, at the age of 21, had come down with bad arthritis ending his football career, he went to her to see if there was some way that he could overcome that. And she eventually said that he was a very special person who would begin receiving messages about the future of the world. Well, 15 books later, he's written everything from self-help to how the lizard Illuminati have infiltrated our society and are even some of the famous people that we know today and are part of famous rich family bloodlines. Let's not forget about the moon theory too, by the way. We'll get back to those bloodlines and famous people in a moment. But basically, the idea is that the moon, according to him, is hollow, and it is used to project a matrix-style reality onto the earth that we're all in. But if you listen to him and read his books, you can be woken up from that matrix-style reality and basically unplug yourself from it. Take that as it is. So it's interesting because he's changed that theory a little bit a couple times. I believe the rings of Saturn now project those images, and that the moon is a repeater, a transponder that then pushes them further on to the earth. But as I said before, there are famous bloodlines and people that supposedly are part of the Illuminati and the lizard elite, and eventually the melding of these two theories of the lizard Illuminati. You have famous families such as, what do we have here? The Reynolds, Kennedys, Onassis, Rockefeller, Rothschilds. I'm sure you've heard some of those names. And then you can see there, you've got Madonna, you've got Obama, you've got Katy Perry, you've got Michael Jackson. As supposedly all these people and more have risen in popularity because they are part of the lizard elite. Supposedly you can be inducted into it and then your mind's taken over, or they can possess you, or they can completely just replace you with one of their own. Yeah, so there's that. Apparently you can watch videos on the internet and see sometimes where people have a lizard style blinking that's happening. It's just a lot of people having fun with Photoshop and stuff, I suppose, but hey, it is what it is, right? Well, so let's wrap it up. Who are the Illuminati? Well, they started as a secret society that wanted to promote self-promotion, self-empowerment, and free thought. They wanted to have equal rights for women. They wanted to see everybody as an equal regardless of skin, race, creed, gender. Then you've got the lizard elite, who basically want to take over the world and rule it, make humans their slaves, and create, both of them, basically some kind of new world order. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not too keen on either one myself, but I do hear they have good holiday parties, but whatever. So anyway, I thank you for spending your time with me to check this silly conspiracy story out. I had a lot of fun with it. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe, let your friends know, give it a review. I appreciate any comments you have or suggestions for another video. In the meantime, be well, and I'll see you again soon.